everyone. Today we're just gonna take a little cruise through the farm country here. I was challenged by a fellow YouTuber, NorfolkandGood. He's from England, I believe, and on his channel he does a lot of neat stuff with older motorcycles. He goes to these motorcycle shows they have over there, and I'll tell you, those shows are pretty cool. I wish they had stuff like this over in the United States. I haven't come across anything like that. You know, I've been to some car shows and in big cities, but I've never seen the quality of motorcycle stuff over here as they have over in England there. So I suggest you go over and check his channel out. It's a pretty cool channel. He's got some neat old bikes, and it's worth the time to go over there and check that out. Anyway, he challenged me to the 3 R's, and what those are the 3 reasons you brought your motorcycle. So I guess I'm going to go through the 3 main reasons that I bought the Indian, since he challenged me to it. I guess the first reason that I bought the motorcycle is my wife and I used to ride together before we had kids. You know, back then my taste in motorcycles were a little different. I was riding a 1987 Ninja 750, but we used to go on rides and stuff in the evenings, and it was a lot of fun. There were some cool twisty roads where I used to live, and we'd go out there, ride around. Never got too crazy or anything on it, but it was fun to go out and do that kind of stuff. So, you know, after we started having kids, I kept racing the dirt bikes, but the street bikes went to the wayside. So we sold all those, and then you know, raised the family. Well, my daughter graduated from high school this year, so we just kind of decided it might be time to get back on the bikes and start enjoying that stuff again. So reason number 1, missing what we did in the old days. Reason number 2, I just really like the styling of the Indian motorcycles. You know, they have that classic American V-twin styling, you know, and I'm glad that they were able to bring this brand back again. You know, it opens up a little competition between these American brands, and I think that's a great thing. The styling on this bike is just awesome. I mean, it's got all the classic lines, the skirted fenders, all that kind of cool stuff. So that's why I went with this, you know, and I didn't want the full fairing package. You know, I like the old school look. So that's reason number 2. And reason number 3 is the reason we went with the Springfield instead of a different motorcycle like the Roadmaster or any of that kind of, or that style of motorcycle, the full dresser, is, you know, when I'm out riding, I really just don't listen to the radio. I don't use any of that kind of electronic stuff. Even when I'm driving my cars on road trips and that, I will just a lot of times I'll drive hundreds of miles and not even turn the radio on. The sound of the engine, the drone of the engine, the sound of the tires, the sound of the wind, that's what I enjoy even when I'm driving cars. So the radio wasn't a thing I needed. GPS navigation, I guess it could be helpful if I was doing, you know, some stuff in the big cities, trying to find different things, but I'm kind of a map guy. I just enjoy looking at maps and studying maps, and I usually have 95% of the trip planned out in my head and know which directions I'm going to go before I get there. I haven't gone on any super long trips on the bike, but even on in the car, I don't use navigation. I never even use my phone hardly unless I'm looking for a cheap gas station or something. But so that's the reason I went with basically the stripped down version of the Indian. Plus the price was, you know, a lot better, $8,000 less than what a Roadmaster would be, and you have the same basic motorcycle as far as the running gear. So that was reason number 3 that I chose the Springfield. So according to the rules of the challenge, I'm supposed to challenge 3 other YouTubers to this challenge, and 3 I'd like to name is NC Stoney. He's got a nice bike there, and I'd like to see why he chose that one. The Best 1A. You know, it doesn't matter what you ride. I know the Best 1A's got a Yamaha, and you know, Yamaha's got kind of a soft spot in my heart for motorcycles. I rode a lot of Yamahas when I was riding the dirt bikes, and I'll say that the last Yamaha dirt bike I had was the best bike I ever did have. It was a YZ400, a 1999, the first year that they used a 4-stroke, and that bike was awesome. I never worked on that thing. It was the most reliable piece of equipment I think I've ever owned. And so anyway, that's why I'm naming the Best 1A. I want to see what his take is on that Yamaha that he rides. And the third guy I'd like to call out is Latino.Rider. He's got a good looking bike on his channel, and I'd like to see why he chose what he has. He's got some pretty cool videos. He goes out and does some little rides around his area there, and it's a good channel. You ought to go check him out too. So if you would, please go check out those guys' channels. I'll leave links to their channels in the comments section below. And I appreciate you coming along for our ride today. If you have any questions about the Springfield, go ahead and shoot them over to me. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Everybody ride safe and take care. We'll talk to you later on. Bye.